When I started my home business, it was nothing dramatic, just a quiet operation run from a spare bedroom. No foot traffic, no signs, no noise. I followed city rules carefully, pulled the required business permit, and made sure everything was by the book. I assumed that would be the end of it. I was wrong. 3 months in, I received a sharply worded letter from the HOA. According to them, I was operating a prohibited commercial enterprise and violating community standards. The letter demanded I shut down immediately or face daily fines. It was signed by the HOA president, a woman who had already made a name for herself by policing trash, cans, and measuring grass height with a ruler. I responded calmly, explaining that my business was legally permitted by the city and fully compliant with zoning laws. The reply came fast and smug. The HOA claimed their rules overrode any outside permissions, and that they didn't care what the city allowed. To them, the matter was settled. Instead of arguing, I requested a formal hearing. At the meeting, the board sat like a jury, already convinced they were right. The president launched into a speech about protecting neighborhood character and warned that allowing one business would open the floodgates. When it was my turn, I said very little. I simply handed each board member a copy of my city-issued home occupation permit, along with a highlighted section of the municipal code. That section mattered. It clearly stated that HOAs could not prohibit a lawful, low-impact home business that met city standards, especially one with no customer visits or external changes. The room went quiet as the board members read. The HOA's attorney, who had been confidently leaning back in his chair, suddenly leaned forward and asked to see the document again. The president tried to argue, but her voice lacked its earlier certainty. The attorney interrupted her and quietly explained that enforcing the ban could expose the HOA to legal action and fines, very expensive ones. The decision was reversed on the spot. A week later, I received a new letter, this one polite and carefully worded, confirming that my business was approved under existing regulations. No apology, of course, but the threat was gone. So were the fines. What surprised me most was what happened next. Other neighbors began asking how I'd done it. Turns out I wasn't the only one the HOA had tried to intimidate. One permit didn't just shut them up, it reminded everyone that HOA power has limits, especially when the law is involved.